Hi guys, so today we'll be trying out Spellbinders February 2022 stamp of the month. You do have the option of having the stamp of the month. Sorry, so yeah, so the stamp of the month by itself is a photopolymer stamp set. Smells awesome. Works really lovely, of course, with the photopolymer material, and or having the club that has the stamp and the die set. So this is called Old School Notes, and Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And the links I'll have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So what I'm going to do today, I think, is I'm going to stamp the, well, I already kind of unboxed this, so I will mention real quick. It does this little typewriter, really sweet old school look here, and with little flowers you can kind of put it here and there, and all the flowers and like the sprig there, they have dies that go along with them, and then they have the little words that you can type, or well, you would stamp it, but it's typed. Be bold or italic, never regular. You push all the right buttons once upon a time. I'm typing this note just to say thank you, happy birthday to the most amazing person. And previously I had done a few extra of the glimmers of the month, and some of these do fit in the die that does this, so we can have like hello there, I believe happy birthday fits in there, and then we have some larger ones from that sentiment set, so you can pop those in there too. We'll see which one I use today. So to just get started, I'm gonna grab some marker paper. Okay. And I am going to stamp a few items, so let me grab some hybrid ink, and I'm just going to stamp a few of the things, of course. Oh, let me put this here and here. I'll start off by stamping the typewriter. And then on our card, I think I'm going to put this on a base of some embossed paper and all that. So I'm just going to go ahead and just take a moment and ink things like this up and give it a stamp. This is photopolymer, so at first they do have like a dispersion layer. It's a little bit sticky, so you can always just do test stamping until it's ready, or really rub that, or just use a little something on a wipe to wipe that off first. Sometimes I just go for it, but if you see that you don't get a good impression the first time, that's probably why. Let me put this on here and see what we got. Yep, I want that middle part a little better, a little darker everywhere, so I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna stamp a few flowers and leaves, and we'll color them in with some alcohol ink markers. Okay, so I'll be back once I have everything stamped out that I would want to use, possibly. Alright, I'll be back. Okay guys, so I stamped some different things here, and all I'm going to do is color them. Not cover them, color them. So I just chose a few colors, like for the flowers and different things. And you know me, I just add a little something, so like I'll do some gray here. Yeah, for like this area that I would think might be shiny, so I'm just going to add a little gray, kind of not in that center area, and then do a little dark around the very edges, maybe in here. And again, I don't do too much. Going with the medium color, and that's how I do it, how I build up my color with alcohol ink markers. Some people like to do the dark to light. I go light, darkest, medium, then light again to blend that through, and just kind of leaving the middle section open so it looks a little like you have more of a rounded finish there. And wherever else I think this should be silver, I'll do that. And then I think I'm gonna make the typewriter itself. Let's see, like this color here. Let me make sure I have the right ones. Yep. So all this area of the typewriter that would be colored in. Again, I just start with the light color, and this time I only have light and medium in this color family because that's what I like. I'm gonna go with the bullet nib around here because it's a little tighter. then color the little flowers. Same way, start with the light, going into the darkest color, then medium, and then blending it back out with the lightest color again. So there's that, and then that's just how I like to color. Of course, you do whatever you like. Okay, now we're back once everything's colored in. Okay guys, so that didn't take too long. Just a little color here and there. And so I'm just going to cut out all my pieces. You know, I'm going to cut this a little bit lower so we have some area to tuck in. So I'm trying to get the lettering just up higher. I would do the same thing if I was using the foil ones. And then this guy, I'm just putting that on there, and hopefully you can see there's a little line right here that's going to cut a slit in that if you want to use the die. And if not, you just, you know, make your little scene however you like. But I'm going to place that about there and just put some tape, run it through. Same thing with all my other pieces. It's pretty easy to see through these with the dies, so you can see the whole like stem and everything, so you have a pretty good idea where you're cutting. So I will do the same thing with all of them, tape down my dies and run them through, and I'll be back. Quickly want to show you, I put them all, and all the dies are ready to go, and I'm going to cut them all out at once. I'll be back. Okay guys, so we have our pieces. I went into the card kit for this month and I grabbed a few different things. So let me get this out of the way here. Well, let's see our little pieces. I might just leave them here until I need them, but I just want to show you. Cute. So I'll leave these guys on here for now. I think I'm going to do something fun. I've been really into seeing rosettes, making rosettes, things like that. And for me, they're hard to use on a card because I don't really know what to do and the card gets so thick. So I think today I'm going to make a crepe paper rosette, and then we're going to put all these little items on top and see how that goes for us. So right now I went into the card kit this month and I grabbed a card base. It's a standard A2 size card base. I went ahead and cut down a piece of the white cardstock to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's just smaller than that guy. I'm going to run this through with the this month's embossing folder. Oh, how cute would this be also with last month's with the little hearts and things. But I'm going to put this, I don't know, right about there. Maybe here. I'm just looking at the flowers where they might hit. That looks pretty good. I'm going to run that through just like that. And then with this gold piece, I'm going to use one of these fluted classics. It's the smallest circle. Just because on rosettes, a lot of times we put like a backer or a topper. You don't really have to. You can just go right into decorating it. But I'm going to use this one, so I'm going to use this together. Oh, that's backwards. Run it through the gold paper. So I'll have this beautiful gold fluted circle. And then for the back of the rosette, again, you don't have to do this. I'm just going to cut out this piece in white paper just to have something to layer it onto. But you can just build it right on your card base. But I'm going to go ahead and do that too. So I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So we have our pretty embossed paper here. I think today maybe I'll use this other side, because I've been using the embossed side, but the deboss is very pretty also. So I think today that's what I'll do. So we will glue that down just like that. Then we have just a plain white circle, and you have that beautiful gold fluted circle. And so what we're going to do is just make a quick rosette. And it's going to be a little bit tricky, but not super tricky. I just have this dollar store crepe. It's so funny, when I saw it, I thought it was black, and then I look at it, I'm like, it's more like gray, but it's what I have, so we're going to go with it. Because I wanted a darker color. And it starts right here. A little bit worse for the wear, so we can cut that little piece off if you like, but honestly, by the time you're done, you won't even notice it. And I think I'm going to cut right to there. It's usually about a little 12 inches, a little bit more maybe. If you're first starting out, maybe you want to do more just in case. So as we're just going to crinkle this up basically into a rosette shape, into a circular shape, however you like. I would just say make sure this middle section is really getting overlapped and that you're keeping it together kind of far down, like almost your whole thumb or whatever it is, because if you're putting it together and once you come around, see I'm kind of pleating and moving, when you come around here and you start getting into the circle, if you only have it touching in the very center, it's going to be very hard for you to staple it. So that would be my tip, is just keep it going, but keep it really together in that center area, like overlapping quite a bit. Hopefully that makes sense. Maybe once you work with it, you'll see what I'm talking about. You gotta have this center area overlapping pretty good, or else you're gonna end up with pretty much nothing. And at the end, you can just tuck it or leave it. It doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. So there you go. You can see it's a circle. And in the center, like under my fingers, it's really overlapping. If you leave it, again, barely touching, it's gonna be very hard to staple. And whatever stapler you have, I just happen to have this little guy on hand, so I'm going to staple it here and right here, I suppose, since that piece wants to run away. And I'm not too concerned because, again, we're just going to stick this down. Now, like I said, you don't have to stick it on a backing. You can just stick it right onto your project if you want. I'm going to go ahead and add this backing onto it in the back and the gold in the front, and then we're just going to build up whatever we want on that. Oh, this guy was working yesterday. Now it plugged up on me. Let's get that going again. And I think, if, like I said, if you're new at making the rosettes, just really make sure that you're overlapping that middle part, because ask me how I know. And I'm just going to put this on here, and that also kind of helps you flatten it out. It doesn't have to be flattened out, but like I said, since this is for a card and I'm going to put this in an envelope at some point, even when it's flattened out, it looks really cute. And as much as you want to crinkle it to make it look round, I mean, that's up to you. Now, you can come in here and round this out a little better. You can also run it through a circular die while it was still uncovered. I guess you can do it now too, but if you want to run a die over it, put a die on top and run it through your die cutting machine, you can definitely do that to make it like a perfect circle, but I'm not really looking for a perfect, you guys know that. So I'm going to take a moment there just to kind of round it out a little bit here and there, wherever I think it might need it. And then we're going to take this guy and pop it on top. And then we'll go from there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around this edge. I'll put a little bit in the center. That's that. Okay, I'm going to wait for that to set up and I'll be right back. And in the meantime, I'll also glue this to my card base. So we have all different pieces. I have not stuck that down yet. You can put it down wherever you like. We have these guys. So cute. I'm just going to put it straight like that, but again, you can put it sideways. You can also leave it so that the person can take it out, I suppose. That way you can see that you did the little work on the back too if you want. So we can just leave it like that. Let me see. You know, just looking at the shape, like what looks best. Like that, maybe. And I'm just going to glue, am I going to glue this down? Let me see. We have all our little pieces to kind of play with. So I have little pieces coming out of here and there. I'm going to pay attention to that. And I wonder if that guy should be popped up. Then we have our little heart. Yeah, maybe just like this. Okay, so I'm going to move that. This little guy tucked in here. For sure. This little guy, I'm going to put some dimensional adhesives just on here and I'll be right back. I just put some dimensional adhesives there, and here, just because I'm not sure exactly where I'm tucking in my little pieces. And I want some of that gold to show, so I'm kind of leaving it visible down here. Pop those on there. And then this little guy can squeeze back in here. So cute. And then we have these guys ready to come in. Don't use that one. Yep. cute. Remember, I haven't stuck down the circle yet itself. And I will put that there when I'm ready. And then this little guy, just there. And not gluing down that. There we go. I'm gonna let that set up for just a minute, but I'm gonna put some glue on the back and then I'm just gonna stick it down and that'll be our card. Okay, so here's our little guy. And just on the back, I'm gonna put a healthy amount of glue there. Just pop that down. Moment to work with it. And I'm just putting it up towards the top because that's generally where I put things on my cards, but wherever you want to put that would be great. And there it is, guys. Just a sweet note card. I know that light's too shiny there. Really fun. Put on a little rosette. And in the meantime, while I was waiting for the setup, I also made another quick one with some pink crepe. And then just the die cuts that are in the card kit. Super sweet with the little rainbow there. I popped a little heart in the back, the thinking of you, and then it's just a scallop circle with the gold paper instead of a fluted circle. So very much the same thing going on, very different topper parts, and super cute. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. I'll have links in the description box. I'll have some images for you guys, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.